A poor black boy stops to help a stranded woman on the roadside, unaware she's Elon Musk's mother. What happens next will leave you speechless. The sun dipped low on the horizon, painting long, golden shadows across a quiet suburban street. It was the kind of serene evening that invited reflection and made people linger, savoring the simplicity of the moment, unless, of course, they were caught in an unexpected predicament. Parked on the roadside, an elderly woman stood beside her car, a futuristic Tesla Cybertruck, its sleek lines a stark contrast to the worry etched on her face. Though she was dressed impeccably, her unease was evident as she clutched her phone, deliberating whether to call for help. The occasional car sped past, their drivers indifferent, leaving her stranded in solitude. Not far away, a young man was pedaling his weathered bicycle home after a long day of labor. He was tall and lean, clad in a plain black t-shirt and scuffed sneakers, his calloused hands evidence of the hard work he undertook to support his family. His exhaustion was palpable, yet his sharp eyes didn't miss the woman's predicament. Slowing his bike, he hesitated. A quiet sense of duty rooted him in place. He had been raised with the belief that when someone is in need, you offer what help you can, no matter how small the gesture. Resolute, he steered toward her, parked his bike nearby, and approached with a warm smile. "Need a hand?" he asked, his voice steady and kind. The woman's initial surprise melted into relief. "Oh, thank goodness you stopped!" she exclaimed. "I've got a flat tire, but I don't know the first thing about fixing it." Raymond, the young man, crouched to examine the problem, confidence lighting up his expression. "Don't worry," he said. "It's not a big deal. I can patch this up for now. It'll only take a few minutes." Little did either of them know this simple act of kindness was about to set in motion a series of events that would transform Raymond's life in unimaginable ways. As he knelt to inspect the tire, their conversation unfolded naturally. Raymond, wiping his hands on his pants between adjustments, shared snippets of his day, mentioning the odd jobs he juggled to help his family and his dream of one day going to college. "I'm not sure if I'll ever afford it," he admitted, his tone light, but his eyes betraying a hint of longing. The woman listened intently, her gaze softening. "What do you want to study?" she asked, her curiosity genuine. "Engineering," Raymond replied, a spark of excitement igniting in his voice. "I've always been fascinated by how things work. Machines, technology. I want to build things that make life easier for people. But college, it's expensive, so I'm taking it one day at a time." As Raymond worked, the woman watched him closely. Despite his modest demeanor, there was an unmistakable sense of capability and kindness about him. He wasn't just mending her tire, he was the kind of person who made the world a little brighter simply by being in it. "I have to admit," Raymond quipped, grinning as he tightened the patch on the tire, "this car is definitely out of my league, but hey, a tire's a tire, right?" The woman laughed, her tension easing in the warmth of his humor. As the minutes passed, the simple interaction between the two began to feel like more than a chance meeting. It was as if fate had crossed their paths, setting the stage for something extraordinary, something that neither of them could foresee. For now, though, they shared a moment of connection, one built on kindness, humility, and a shared understanding of the power of helping others. It was a beginning, a spark that would soon ignite into a story filled with unexpected twists and profound transformation. In about 20 minutes, Raymond finished repairing the tire. Standing upright, he wiped the sweat from his brow and gestured toward the fixed wheel. "There you go," he said with a reassuring smile. "You're all set now." The woman rummaged through her purse and pulled out some cash, holding it out to him in gratitude. Raymond hesitated for a moment before shaking his head politely. "Thank you, but I can't take it," he said softly. "I didn't do this for money. I just wanted to help." His words struck the woman deeply, leaving her momentarily at a loss for words. In a society so often driven by personal gain, encountering such selflessness was a rare and humbling experience. She slipped the money back into her bag and instead offered him a warm smile. "You've got a good heart, Raymond," she said sincerely. "The world needs more people like you." As she prepared to leave, she hesitated and then asked, "Is there any way we can stay in touch?" Raymond shrugged lightly and shook his head. "No need," he replied. "I'm just glad I could help. Take care, Mom." His casual use of the term of endearment brought a tear to her eye as he picked up his bike and rode away. She watched him go, his silhouette shrinking as he disappeared down the road. For a moment, she sat quietly in her car, reflecting on what had just transpired. Raymond, so young yet so full of humility and kindness, had left a profound impression on her. As the Cybertruck hummed to life and she drove away, her thoughts lingered on the encounter. Reaching for her phone, she made a call. On the other end of the line, her son's familiar voice answered. "Hey, Mom," he greeted warmly. "How's it going?" She chuckled lightly. "I've got a story for you," she began. "Something remarkable happened today." Her son, none other than Elon Musk, immediately grew concerned. "Are you okay?" he asked. "Did something happen to the Cybertruck?" "I'm fine," she assured him. "But I had a flat tire, and you wouldn't believe who helped me, a young man named Raymond. He didn't ask for anything in return, not even a thank you. He just fixed the tire and went on his way. He's only 20, Elon, and he's already working multiple jobs to help his family and save for college. He wants to study engineering." There was a pause on Elon's end as he processed the story. "He sounds like someone with real grit," he finally said. "Do you know how to reach him?" "No," she admitted. "But I know where I was when we met, and I can describe him. Surely we can track him down." Elon's voice grew firm. "Then let's do it. If he wants to be an engineer, we'll make it happen. Anyone who treats you with that kind of kindness is someone I want to meet." For the next several days, Elon's team quietly worked to find Raymond. They reviewed nearby traffic footage, scoured local social media posts, and reached out to community groups. Meanwhile, Raymond continued his daily routine, unaware that his small act of kindness had sparked a search led by one of the most influential people in the world. Finally, the search came to an end. Elon's team located Raymond, and his mother's face lit up with a smile as she heard the news. Little did Raymond know his ordinary gesture was about to open doors to an extraordinary future. "He has no idea what's coming," she murmured, her eyes gleaming with a mix of mischief and delight. Meanwhile, Elon Musk was preparing for a meeting that would mark a turning point in a young man's life. It wasn't just about a flat tire. It was about so much more. The story was only beginning, set into motion by a single, extraordinary phone call. That evening, Raymond rode his battered bike home, completely unaware of the monumental changes heading his way. For the 20-year-old, it was just another day in a life defined by struggle, yet tempered with quiet resolve. Growing up in a working-class neighborhood, Raymond had shouldered more burdens than many twice his age. His mother, a nurse, juggled relentless double shifts to keep the household afloat. His father, once a skilled mechanic, had suffered a debilitating injury, leaving him unable to work full-time. This left Raymond as the family's backbone, piecing together odd jobs to help pay bills and put food on the table. Despite his heavy responsibilities, Raymond maintained a hopeful spirit. He found small joys in moments with his little sister, tinkering with discarded gadgets and dreaming of a future as an engineer. But dreams felt like distant luxuries. His days began at dawn with shifts at a local grocery store, followed by afternoons fixing bikes or patching up appliances for neighbors. On weekends, he worked as a dishwasher at a diner. Every penny he earned went towards supporting his family or inching closer to his college fund. The soaring cost of tuition and the scarcity of scholarships felt like insurmountable barriers, leaving Raymond to console himself with quiet promises of maybe next year. Still, Raymond's life wasn't just about financial hardship. The crushing weight of responsibility often left him feeling isolated. While his peers enjoyed carefree outings and parties, he toiled away, thinking about overdue bills or how to stretch every dollar. But Raymond refused to let his circumstances define him. His mother's mantra echoed in his mind: "Even when life feels heavy, kindness will always keep you light." It was this belief that had driven him to stop for the elderly woman stranded on the roadside. He could have easily ridden past, but something in her vulnerability spoke to him. As he patched her tire that day, a familiar uncertainty gnawed at him. Would his efforts ever be enough? Could he ever afford to pursue his passion for engineering? Little did he know, the simple kindness he extended that day was about to transform his life in ways he could scarcely imagine. A few days later, Raymond returned to his routine, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing behind the scenes. He was hunched over his makeshift workbench in his family's modest living room, fiddling with a neighbor's broken toaster. The room was cluttered, but the sound of his younger sister's giggles drifting in from the other room brought a smile to his face. These fleeting moments of joy anchored him amidst the chaos of his life. Suddenly, a firm knock echoed through the house, startling him. "Be right there," he called, wiping his hands on his jeans as he made his way to the door. When he opened it, Raymond froze, his breath catching in his throat. Standing there, radiating an unmistakable presence, was Elon Musk, flanked by a small entourage. Raymond blinked, half convinced he was hallucinating. "Raymond?" Elon said warmly, extending his hand. Yeah, that's me," Raymond stammered, shaking Elon's hand as his mind scrambled to make sense of what was happening. "I've heard a lot about you," Elon said, his voice calm and sincere. "My mum told me about the help you gave her the other day. She was really moved by your kindness, and so am I. I wanted to thank you in person." Raymond's family, drawn by the commotion, gathered behind him, their faces a mix of shock and awe. In that moment, Raymond realized that the struggles he believed defined his life were on the verge of being eclipsed by something truly extraordinary. His mother, still in her nurse's scrubs, leaned in and whispered, "Is that?" Her voice faltered, her gaze fixed on the man standing in their modest living room. "Elon Musk," Raymond confirmed, his own voice tinged with disbelief as his mother froze, a mixture of awe and shock on her face. Raymond swallowed hard, struggling to form a coherent sentence. I just did what anyone would do," he stammered at last, his words uneven. Elon's expression softened, a small, knowing smile forming. "Not everyone would stop to help a stranger, let alone without expecting anything in return," he replied. "That kind of selflessness is rare. It says a lot about who you are." Raymond shifted uncomfortably, overwhelmed by the weight of the moment. But Elon wasn't done. "I want to thank you for what you did for my mom," he said sincerely. "And I'd like to learn more about you, your dreams, your goals." Before Raymond could respond, his family invited Elon and his team inside. The group sat down in the cozy living room where Raymond, still reeling, began to share his story. Elon listened intently, his sharp eyes filled with genuine interest. He asked about Raymond's passion for engineering, his struggles to afford college, and his aspirations for the future. When Raymond finished, Elon leaned forward, his expression alight with inspiration. "You remind me of myself at your age," he said, his voice warm and reflective. "Ambitious, curious, and not afraid to work hard to understand the world. Someone like you deserves a chance to pursue their dreams. That's why I'm here." Raymond's breath hitched as Elon continued. "I want to help you," Elon declared. "Whether it's paying for college, finding you internships, or even bringing you on board to work with my teams, I'll make sure you have the resources you need to succeed." For a moment, Raymond could only stare, his mouth slightly open as he processed what was happening. This couldn't be real. It was like something out of a dream. Finally, he managed to whisper, "I don't even know what to say." His voice was thick with emotion, tears threatening to spill. Elon smiled gently. "You don't need to say anything," he replied. "Just keep being who you are, kind, hard-working, and true to yourself. The rest will take care of itself." What started as a typical day had turned into an unforgettable moment. Elon Musk's visit wasn't just a thank you, it was a doorway to a future Raymond had scarcely dared to imagine. As if the day couldn't get any more surreal, Elon had one more surprise in store. After chatting for what felt like hours, he stood and motioned for everyone to follow him outside. Curious and a little nervous, Raymond walked behind him, his family trailing close behind. Parked in the driveway was Elon's sleek Tesla, its polished surface gleaming in the afternoon sun. But beside it sat something even more astonishing, a brand new Cybertruck. Elon turned to Raymond, his grin widening. "Raymond," he began, "I want to start by giving you this Cybertruck. It's yours." Raymond's jaw dropped, his eyes darting between Elon and the truck. "Wait, what?" he stammered. "Are you serious?" "Absolutely," Elon said with a chuckle. "My mum told me how you fixed her flat tire with just a few tools and a lot of ingenuity. I thought you might appreciate something a little more advanced to work on and to help you get around town. No more pedaling everywhere." A collective gasp escaped Raymond's family. He took a step back, his voice trembling. I don't even have my driver's license yet," he admitted, half laughing, half embarrassed. Elon laughed. "Well, that's step one. I'll cover the cost of your lessons and your license. Consider it an investment in your future." But Elon wasn't done. He pulled a folder from his team and handed it to Raymond. "Inside," Elon explained, "is something even more important. It's a fully funded scholarship to any engineering program you choose. MIT, Stanford, wherever you want to go. Tuition, living expenses, it's all covered." Raymond's hands shook as he opened the folder, scanning the documents inside. His vision blurred with tears as he looked up at Elon. "I don't know how to thank you for this," he choked out. Elon's tone was gentle but firm. "You've already done enough," he said. "Helping my mum wasn't just about fixing a tire. It showed the kind of character that makes the world a better place. We need more people like you, Raymond, and I want to make sure you have every opportunity to reach your full potential." Raymond's mother, her face streaked with tears, stepped forward and wrapped her son in a tight embrace. This wasn't just a day they'd remember forever. It was the start of a life Raymond had only dreamed of living. "You've earned this," she whispered, her voice brimming with pride. "You deserve every bit of it." The neighbors who had gathered to witness the commotion erupted in applause as they realized what was happening. For Raymond, it felt like he was living in a dream, a surreal moment that was, in fact, real. As the initial shock gave way to reality, Raymond grasped that his life was about to change forever. Gone were the days of being weighed down by financial stress and the uncertainty of his future. At last, he could chase his dream of becoming an engineer, fully equipped with the tools and opportunities he needed to succeed. Elon clapped Raymond on the back with a warm smile. "Now, go out there and build something amazing," he said. In that instant, Raymond knew he would. Over the following months, Raymond's life underwent a profound transformation. What once felt like an endless grind of hard work and struggle became a journey brimming with hope, opportunity, and newfound purpose. The first step in Raymond's new chapter was learning to drive. Elon's team arranged professional driving lessons for him, and in a matter of weeks, Raymond passed his test with ease. Taking the wheel of the Cybertruck gifted to him felt like stepping into a dream. Each time he drove, he was reminded of how far he had come and how much further he could go. Next, Raymond turned his focus to his education. After thoughtful consideration, he enrolled in a renowned engineering program at Stanford University. Elon's team managed every detail: tuition, housing, and even books, ensuring Raymond had everything he needed. When Raymond arrived on campus, a blend of excitement and disbelief washed over him. Coming from a humble neighborhood, he had never imagined setting foot in such an esteemed institution, let alone as a student. The adjustment wasn't always easy, but Raymond's unwavering determination and work ethic set him apart. He threw himself into his studies, quickly earning recognition as an exceptional student. Professors lauded his ability to think critically and solve problems creatively, skills he had sharpened through years of resourcefulness. Beyond academics, Raymond was introduced to a world of boundless possibilities. Elon personally invited him to visit Tesla's headquarters, where he met groundbreaking engineers and visionaries shaping the future. It was there that Raymond glimpsed the extraordinary potential of working on projects capable of changing the world. Back home, Raymond's transformation inspired his family and community. Watching one of their own achieve so much ignited hope in everyone. His younger sister began to dream bigger, while his mother finally felt the crushing weight of their financial struggles ease. Yet, what struck Raymond the most was how much he had grown as a person. The once shy, hard-working boy who questioned his future now stood as a confident young man with a clear vision of his path. Reflecting on that fateful day when he extended kindness to a stranger on the roadside, Raymond realized it had unlocked his true potential. Determined to pay it forward, he started mentoring local kids and sharing his story to motivate others. He wanted everyone to understand that no matter where they began, their character and actions could open unimaginable doors. From fixing bikes and toasters to collaborating with some of the brightest minds in engineering, Raymond's journey was nothing short of extraordinary. As he walked the halls of Stanford and Tesla, Raymond carried with him the same humility and generosity that had sparked it all. His success wasn't just about achievements, it was about becoming the person he was always meant to be. Raymond's story stands as a testament to the transformative power of kindness, perseverance, and seizing life's opportunities. What started as a simple act of helping a stranger blossomed into a life-altering experience that not only changed Raymond's life, but also inspired those around him. From struggling to make ends meet to attending one of the world's most prestigious universities, Raymond's journey proved that even the smallest actions can have extraordinary ripple effects. Guided by humility, resilience, and a commitment to helping others, the boy who once doubted his dreams now paved the way for others to believe in their own. Raymond's success wasn't just reflected in his academic milestones or the gleaming Cybertruck parked in his driveway. It resonated in the hope and inspiration he ignited within his community and far beyond. His story reminds us of a profound truth. Kindness is never wasted. It's a spark with the potential to illuminate the path, not just for ourselves, but for those we encounter along the way. When Raymond chose to stop and help someone in need, even while carrying the weight of his own struggles, he caught the attention of one of the world's most influential figures. Yet, more importantly, he revealed what true character entails: a person who gives selflessly, without any expectation of reward. So, how about you? Raymond's story challenges each of us to reflect on the power of our own actions. If one moment of kindness can alter the course of someone's life, what extraordinary possibilities might emerge if we made it a habit to lift those around us? Here's something to ponder. If you had the chance to transform someone's life with a single act of kindness, what would you do? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting stories like this one, and give us a thumbs up if Raymond's journey touched your heart. Your support allows us to continue sharing meaningful narratives like this. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness holds the power to spark something extraordinary. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next story. Until then, stay inspired and keep spreading kindness.